This is how to think about stacking the rib cage and pelvis for a deadlift, although you can apply this to squats and hip thrusts as well. And this will also ensure that you are loading the hips and glutes and not causing too much stress on the lower back. So we want the lower back to stay neutral throughout the lift, and we want to finish in an upright neutral position with the pelvis neutral or slightly posteriorly tilted. If you are anteriorly pelvic tilted, or if you're kicking into the lower back, that means that the muscles in the lower back are going to shorten and the hips are going to drop forward. And that's going to lead to more movement than is necessary throughout the spine and the pelvis during the lift. But we want that lower back to stay neutral. If we start in the bottom position, we don't want to be hyperextended, we don't want to be rounded, we want to be neutral. You want to drive through the floor, drive up with the hips, and the lower back stays in the same position throughout, basically. And that means that when you're at the top of the lift, you shouldn't actually feel like there's any room for tucking and squeezing, because you should already finish in that position at the top of the lift. It is hard to control, especially as we get heavier. If you are somebody with a super flexible spine, you're probably going to feel almost like you are rounding your lower back because you're so used to being in a hyperextended position. So straighten the legs, pull the bar towards you, squeeze your arms into the side of the body to engage the lats. I take a deep breath, so as I extend the legs and drop the hips down, lift the chest, take a deep breath, lock the arms in, drive through the floor. Think about driving straight up, don't let the hips hike up, and try to maintain that neutral lower back position, and the same when you're loading back down. Another thing to think about, especially as you're loading down, is rather than shortening the muscles in the lower back, maintain the length and position of the lower back, but think about opening the space between the glutes and the top of the hamstrings.